Once upon a time, in a quiet African village, lived a young girl named Amina. At just 14, she fell for an older boy, 18-year-old Daniel. Her mother warned her, pleaded with her, but the pull of young love was too strong. Amina would sneak out to meet him, drawn in by his sweet promises and tender kisses. She felt safe in his arms, never realizing he was simply taking advantage of her innocence. Their secret meetings grew more frequent. Daniel, who lived with his uncle, was a master of manipulation. Soon the inevitable happened. Amina realized she was pregnant. When her father discovered the truth, his rage was like a storm. "Get out of my house!" he roared, his voice shaking the walls. "Don't you ever come back!" Amina fell to her knees, begging, pleading for forgiveness, but her father's heart was stone. Even her mother, who once tried to protect her, turned against her. "Go back to the man who got you pregnant!" she screamed, hurling a stone that narrowly missed Amina's head. Terrified and utterly alone, Amina fled, her world collapsing around her. Wandering the dusty village roads with tears blurring her vision, she met an older woman, Aunt Grace, who saw her distress. She pressed some money into Amina's hand, her kind eyes full of pity. "Take care of yourself, child," she said softly. With a flicker of hope, Amina decided to find Daniel at his uncle's house. She found his uncle and explained everything: the pregnancy, being homeless. The man sighed, a deep, heavy sound. "I can't take you in, child," he said, his face etched with worry. "But here, take this money. Go to Daniel's parents. Maybe they can help you." Amina traveled to Daniel's village. She found his mother sweeping the yard. "Good afternoon, ma'am," Amina said, her voice barely a whisper. "I'm looking for Daniel." The woman's eyes were cold. "Why?" she asked sharply. "I'm pregnant." With his child, Amina confessed. "What? How dare you?" The woman shrieked, her face contorted with rage. "You come here claiming to carry my son's child just because he joined the army. Get out of my sight, you witch!" The commotion brought Daniel's father, Mr. Adams, out of the house. He looked at the trembling, tear-streaked girl. "Is that true?" he asked calmly. "Yes, sir," Amina whispered. "Please, sir, I have nowhere to go. My parents chased me away." Daniel's mother continued to protest, but Mr. Adams silenced her with a firm hand. "Enough. This girl is staying here until Daniel returns." He turned to Amina, his voice gentle. "You can call me Baba. Don't be afraid." But that house was far from a refuge. It was a prison. Daniel's mother treated Amina like a slave. Every day was an endless cycle of cooking, cleaning, fetching water, and enduring a constant stream of insults. Months later, Daniel finally returned. Amina's heart leaped as she ran to greet him, but he shoved her away. "What are you doing in my house?" he barked, his eyes cold and unfamiliar. During a tense family meeting, Daniel admitted he had been with her, but callously dismissed it, saying it was only once. But his father, Mr. Adams, was resolute. "Then you will take responsibility. She and the baby are your duty now." Shortly after, Daniel left again for his military service, leaving Amina to her miserable fate. One morning Amina was too sick with morning sickness to work. Daniel's mother stormed into her room, her face a mask of fury, and began beating her brutally with a broom until Amina fainted. She woke up in a hospital, dazed and in pain. The doctors had to perform an emergency surgery to save her baby. She gave birth to a beautiful little girl. But Daniel never came to see her. He never even called. Months passed. Mr. Adams, a lone beacon of kindness, gave Amina Daniel's address and a small envelope of money. "Go see him," he said gently. "He must take care of his child." After a long and difficult journey, Amina arrived at Daniel's military camp. When he opened the door, shock, then annoyance, flashed across his face. "You again? Why are you here?" he snapped. "I came to show you your daughter," she said, holding back tears. He thrust some money into her hand. "Take this and go home. I'll visit later." Just then, a young woman appeared in the doorway. It was Vanessa, Daniel's new lover. "Who's this?" she asked, looking Amina up and down. "My sister," Daniel lied without blinking. Amina's heart shattered into a million pieces. She sat outside under the burning sun, crying until she had no tears left. Later, a kind female officer saw her. In a twist of fate, her name was also Grace. She took Amina and her baby in, giving them food, shelter, and a moment of peace. But Amina's trials were far from over. On her journey back to the village, bandits attacked her taxi. She fled into the forest with her baby and became lost. An old herbalist found them and took them in. But that night, villagers stormed his hut, accusing him of breaking a sacred rule by hiding a stranger during a festival, a crime punishable by death. They dragged Amina out, intending to sacrifice her. But when they tried to perform the ritual, their sacred bowl shattered. They tried again. It shattered. A third time, it broke into pieces. The chief's eyes widened in awe. The gods refuse her blood, he declared. She is not a stranger, she is chosen. They released her immediately. Amina eventually found a church, where she fell to her knees and thanked God for her life. The villagers, now believing she was blessed, helped her return home, only for her to receive more devastating news. Mr. Adams, her only protector, had passed away. Daniel then took her back to the army base, but not for a reunion. "I brought you here only for appearances," he said, his voice void of any emotion. "I don't love you. The woman I love is Vanessa." He pointed to a tiny, dilapidated hut at the edge of the camp. "That's your place. Don't ever come near my house again." Amina and her baby were evicted after 3 months because Daniel stopped paying the rent. He told the landlord to kick her out. When she confronted him, he threatened to kill her and the baby if she ever contacted him again. Lost and terrified, Amina had no choice but to surrender her fate to God. She turned away, clutching her baby, and walked until she found a bridge. That bridge became their home. They begged for food, shivered in the cold, and prayed for a miracle. One day, a fancy black car stopped. A wealthy businessman, Mr. Mike, and his pregnant wife, Helene, were inside. Seeing Amina and her child, Helene burst into tears. "Mike, please, we can't just leave them." Mr. Mike got out, gave them food, and gently asked Amina her story. Through her tears, she told them everything. Helene looked at her husband, then back at Amina. "You're coming with us," she said softly. That night, Amina and her daughter slept in a warm, safe bed for the first time in years. Helene saw a fire in Amina's spirit. 3 months later, she helped her open a small cosmetics shop. "You are strong," Helene told her. "Build something for your daughter." Amina poured her heart and soul into the business. She worked tirelessly, and within a year, her shop was a local favorite. 5 years later, Amina was the proud owner of 10 boutiques across the country. She was rich, respected, and finally, at peace. Meanwhile, Daniel's life had completely unraveled. He was dishonorably discharged and jailed for 4 years after killing a colleague in a fight. When he was released, he had nothing. Vanessa had left him. Homeless and broken, his mind began to slip away. One evening, a dirty, disheveled man sat begging near one of Amina's boutiques. An employee took pity on him, giving him food each day. When Amina came for the monthly inventory, she saw the man mumbling to himself. She was about to turn away when she heard him whisper her name. She froze. Her heart pounded in her chest. "Daniel," she whispered. The man slowly lifted his head. His eyes were vacant, lost in a world of madness. Amina dropped to her knees, a cry tearing from her throat. "Daniel!" The entire market fell silent as fate brought them face to face once more, the woman who had been cast away, and the man who had nearly destroyed her. And this is only the end of part 1. Make sure to follow for the rest of this incredible story.